Hello, everyone. Welcome to my once weekly show. My name is Michelle Marie. And before I introduce the lovely Gerald of TarotStache, I want to begin tonight's show with the aftermath of the February 17th Aquarius eclipse. So that was an eclipse that landed on my moon. And as many of you know, I live in Mexico, so it's not really surprising what's going on. At least in our court, we actually got all of our grocery shopping done. We're fully prepared here, so we're good. So even though when the city shut down and we kind of all went into lockdown, we were okay. So we know that when eclipses hit the moon, they don't stay theoretical. They move through the body, the home, the immediate environment. So it's important that we do our remedial measures, and that's what Jonathan and I did to stay grounded. So, in the days following the eclipse, a lot of reports have emerged around Mexican and international media describing major escalation involving Nemesio Asaguera Cervantes. And he is known as El Mencho in Mexico, and he's all over the news right now. And he's long identified as being a cartel leader and a central figure in a fentanyl supply chain, according to news, which apparently impacted, countries like the United States. And what stood out to me astrologically wasn't just what unfolded, but when. So Jonathan and I, like I said, we prepared very carefully after the eclipse because it did happen on my moon. The next one happens on his. So again, we stocked our supplies, we got our schedules cleared, we protected our nervous systems, and when conditions in the city shifted, and authorities advised caution, particularly for U.S. and Canadian citizens. We were able to shelter in place calmly. So that was the good thing about knowing the timing. And this is exactly what eclipse preparation is meant to support: non-reactive readiness and staying calm. And that's what Gerald and I were talking about before the show, things that we're doing to stay calm despite all of these big things coming out. So with some unexpected time indoors, I examined the February 17th eclipse against El Mencho's chart, and the timing was really precise, you guys. I mean, this eclipse, like I said, it activated and I'll show you what it looks like. Here it is. So this eclipse activated this Aquarius Leo axis, the collective versus kings, and El Mencho was quite literally like a king. He was, but he was at the peak of his Saturn return. You see there, 6 degrees, 6 degrees. That's the exact Saturn return during the eclipse. So this is the point where karma matures and the consequences can no longer be deterred. So then I looked at Mexico's chart. And this is in their first and seventh house, and that was activated by the eclipses, which points to collaborating with, other countries on this particular mission, and, getting support, things like that. But what's even more striking is I looked at El Mencho's Vimshatari Dasha, and that shows that he was in Ketu Mahadasha, Saturn Antardasha, and Saturn Yantardasha. What does that mean? So from January 22nd to March 27th of 2026, classic eclipse energy compounded with Saturn's reckoning. And I have a great book by KT Shubarakran, and that teaches that Ketu Saturn periods can coincide with disgrace, loss of position, confrontation with foreign enemies, restriction of resources, and the collapse of long-standing structures. And so when eclipse energy converges with a Saturn return, the outcome is rarely subtle, and that's what we're seeing here. So this is not about, celebration or politics or anything like that. It's about literal dharma and just seeing these things unfold in an astrological way. And so the data scientist in me, the person who likes to see patterns, just found that very interesting. Now, across history, the fall of empires, criminal and non-criminal, follows a pattern. When power is sustained through poison, exploitation, or mass suffering, Saturn and Ketu's the south node, eventually close the ledger, and often through the collective itself, which is that Aquarius position. So because Aquarius doesn't tolerate unchecked harm indefinitely, there is eventually a karmic payback, okay? So as Swami Sivananda reminds us, no one can escape that law of karma, and the fruit of action must be eaten. So then I said, well, what about his karmic report card? And I looked at that. This is called the Drickball, okay? Now, most people have positive points in their Drickball and maybe a couple of negative points on some of the planets. It's known as the karmic report card. As you can see, it's all negative. So there's a lot of bad karma from past lives that he had to pay off. And tonight, just to kind of steady ourselves, knowing that this is all going on, regardless of where you are in the world, I highly recommend the Mahamrityunjaya mantra. So you could do it 108 times if possible, or even once with full attention. It could bring so much clarity and calmness to your life. You can support it with pranayama, bastrika, which are forms of breathing exercises, eating warm, nourishing foods, especially if you're in a cold area. Limited intake of social media is something that Gerald recommended before the show, and I think that's a great idea. And stillness during those eclipse aftershocks. And so when we don't meet these revelations with fear, but rather with clarity, with containment, and with consciousness, it can bring some much needed like levity and brilliance into the space. Okay, so I'm thrilled to welcome into my space the lovely, creative, endlessly magnetic Gerald. We affectionately know him around here as Cowbell because honestly, we can never have too much of him. And so before I have him come on, I'm going to go ahead and give you the Mahamrityunjaya mantra. Okay. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandham Pushtivardhanam Purvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandham Pushtivardhanam Purvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandham Pushtivardhanam Purvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. Om Shanti, 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 Om Peace, Peace, Peace. I'm sending you all love and peace. And speaking of love and peace, here he is.
Hello, everyone. Glad to have you here. Thanks for inviting me back.
Yeah, I love reading with you. It's always a joy.
I have a good time with it as well.
Yeah. Oh, so let's see who is here with us. We've got the lovely Rose Blue. Yes, we are staying safe. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was locked down here too. A lot of the businesses were closed. I mean, they were practicing caution, which is good. It's lovely to see you, Venus.
Venus.
Llama is here. Good to see you. Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, and thank you for having us keep safe. That is so, so nice. We really appreciate that. Leah, it is lovely to see you, Leah. And the lovely Rachel is here. It's good to see you, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Jessica is here. Good to see you. Yeah, and it's stressful, but at the same time, there's such a great community here in Mexico. Like our friend Marcella called us, and she's like, "Let's get together for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and just chat and catch up." And she's really connected socially and to everything else. So there's a lot of support when things like this happen. Yeah. And then Jonathan says, "Thank you for your positive thoughts. We are not in the enforcement areas. Hopefully, it won't expand." Yeah. So we did have places calm down. We haven't had any bombings in our area or anything like that. But I was telling Gerald before the show that if we'd stayed in Puerto Vallarta, the Costco we went to was apparently blown up. The OXXO we used to go to was blown up. A lot of the in areas in and around our neighborhood were blown up. And so we had to check in with friends to make sure that they were alive. And that was what I basically was doing all day yesterday. That's why my hair is not done. I was like, I didn't have time to wash it or put my rollers in because I was trying to find out what was going on with everybody in PV. Because it was a war zone there. It was really intense. Wow. So, yeah. And then, okay, Salama, I get your question in. Good evening, Susan. It is lovely to see you.
Susan.
The lovely Sybil is here. Good to see you. And yes, Cowbell. Ring, ring, ring. And I'm so glad this is brightening your mood. He has that effect on everybody, you guys. So
glimmers do that. They do that.
You do. Ooh, says Jamie. Good to see you.
Jamie.
And then oh, thank you, Rachel. That's very sweet. Yeah, it was pretty intense, but I mean, the most stressful thing about it was that we have friends in other parts of Mexico that got hit a lot worse, and we weren't sure if they were okay because, again, they were sending photos of there's all this black smoke in front of my house. I don't know what's going on. It was a car bomb that had gone off, or something like that. It was like, so they couldn't leave. A lot of people still can't leave their homes in those areas. So we're glad that they kind of checked in that they're sheltering in place and that.
Yeah.
again, the news cycle has been all over the place here in Mexico as to what caused this. Again, Jonathan and I don't really get involved in politics because we're we're not technically citizens. So it's like we're kind of here.
Right,
So
right.
yeah. But anyway, okay. So and thank you, Susan. That's so sweet. Yes, yeah, we're praying for people in PV. We're so glad that our contacts were able to check in or post up on Facebook and let us know that they weren't too affected. They were affected, but yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
No one was in the Costco, hopefully, when it got bombed, things like that. So stuff like that. And then Texas news that I can find has zero information on what's happening. That's interesting. Yeah, the information keeps changing here. Like we just watched one of the press reports from Scheinbaum, and she was like, there was no U.S. help. And then in another one, they're like, oh, yes, we really appreciated the U.S. And we're like, what is going on? Why do the reports keep changing? It's so strange. But those are eclipses. They're really confusing. So, yeah, anyway. So guys, go ahead and get your questions in. We really appreciate you all for being here. And let's see. Oh, Susan, you are our first tipper. So go ahead and ask your question. We'll happy to get to you first. And yeah, so just let everybody know it's pinned in the comments. It's in the description on Facebook. Tippers go first, and then we go in order of receive. And then toward the end, we obviously do lightning round because we don't want to be here for hours. So yeah, I used to do shows like that, not anymore. So
yeah.
And then good to see you, Rose Blue. It's lovely to see you. I was editing some of our videos I used to do in the morning, and just kind of reflecting on some of the comments that you made in those videos. It was a nice memory to have when we were living in Puerto Vallarta. So yeah. Okay. All right. So Miss Susan, go ahead and ask your question, and I'll go ahead and get it in. But how are you doing, Gerald, with all of this? Like you were talking about ways that you kind of calm down during eclipses, and because you're doing eclipses too. Your moon is in the eclipses this year as well.
Yeah. I don't spend a lot of time on social media. I limit my time, and I limit my time to when I am feeling strong and centered. That's when I look, so it doesn't sway me, which is extremely helpful. I am trying to do something creative every day with my hands to try to help balance that. I'm taking my walks. So you can watch my walking rambles, my shorts on that. So well, thank you. But it's this idea of okay. I did it in a show today, and I just put it up right after the show. But if you can't change the world, change what you can in your section of it. Do something small, because that actually helps. It helps with the bigger aspects. So if everybody does something small that they can, it builds up. So that's very helpful, because it's overwhelming. It's just simply overwhelming.
It is. It can be too much. And I watch social media, but it's usually your show. I love watching you and Jamie, because you know that you are my #1 show on YouTube. So
yes, I remember you saying that.
That's what the algorithm said. I watch your show more than any other show on YouTube, and I don't watch TV. So Gerald TV is very good. It's very healing.
No pressure, Jamie. We've got another show coming tomorrow, so we'll just be silly. But
yes, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you have so much creativity and great questions, and so there's a lot that goes into it. I can tell you put a ton of work into those shows, and it really brightens people's days. So
yes, and behind camera, I'm working on my TarotStache way class. I'm also working on what memberships are going to look like. So, and working on figuring out the scheduling software all set up and getting it to run. And there's a whole lot of stuff when one does not use a particular calendar for their primary thing, you've got to figure out a workaround.
You do, yeah. I mean, everything I do is on my phone and digital because we move everywhere. So, but yeah, lots of tips there.
Yep.
And then, yeah, I'm really getting into Google Ads right now too, just for, my website and things like that. So there's a lot of money that goes into this, guys. It's not just in a vacuum.
Yeah.
So,
it's enjoyable. I am enjoying it. We'll put that
yeah.
way. It's work and I'm enjoying it. So
Yes, but it is good to get support just because it takes a lot to do this. Yeah, for sure. So Phantoma is here. It's good to see you, Phantoma. Lovely, lovely. Okay. And let's see. Your TV died. Oh, okay. Use an antenna. Nice, Rose Blue. All right, Sybil, I'll get your question in. And thank you for sending blessings, Phantoma. You are the best. You give me the most comments on my channel. I really appreciate your support. Okay, so Miss Susan, thank you. With my father's death, I am setting up trust structures. One I qualify for is very beneficial, but it's complex. It has to do with restricting some assets. Okay, sweetie. Dry beneficial, but I want to get a green light that this is as good as I think to go forward. But will it possibly limit me in the future? Thoughts. Well, I can get some energy in and around the situation for you. Okay. I did get from the reading that I gave you last time that there would be some things left for you. So I'm glad that you're kind of going through that process and that there still is a process in that area, because there are some states where the courts they're so inundated, things aren't working. At least that's what our experience has been. So let me pull some cards for you in and around the energy of the trust structures. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not a financial person, but the energy around I can definitely work on. Hi, Hershey.
Oh, yeah. And there was a bank here in Mexico that I thought about investing in, and I kept getting the King of Pentacles reversed. And I went, I'm not going to do it. Okay. And it turned out that this particular guy was into sex and drug trafficking. And so I'm glad I didn't. And it came out later that was what was going on. So, I just got the energy in and around it and decided not to do it, even though I didn't know a lot about it. But yeah, so it's important to do this with just about everything that we're doing here. Okay. Let's see.
Well, initially, I'm seeing I'm really glad that you're doing this work. This is smart. This is an intelligent work, because the first card that I got is the Queen of Wands. You're figuring out where you want to put it, where you want your attention and your energy to go. Susan, that's really intelligent. It's very smart. Very, very smart. Part of the process with this is there's going to be some disappointment, and I encourage you to clean up the mess that you can emotionally. You might need some emotional support during this, professional assistance, something that is going to support you while you're making these challenging decisions. Not the technical stuff, but the emotional stuff. Because when you do that, this is going to show up. So if you take care of yourself, this is a lovely card to have underneath that. Be willing to make sure that everything is set up, that you're leaving things in as best condition as you can, because the Ace of Pentacles is a solid card. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. It is going to be an ongoing struggle with what you would wish, what you want. You're going to get new information, and this is the Three of Swords. So you're going to be a little disappointed because you were taking action and hoping for a specific thing, but then you get new information and that changes what's going on. So pay close to that. And with that, this is supported by the Two of Cups. This beautiful Two of Cups is have a friend, have somebody who is able to listen to you, just sit in silence with you, listen while you ramble, and maybe take you out of yourself and offer you that emotional support as you are taking care of getting things cleaned up. So energetically, it looks like it's going to be a fair amount of work emotionally, and be willing to ask for help, emotional support. Somebody who, it's like, I've been looking at this too long. Please, goodness sakes, take me out for coffee. I will buy you coffee. Meet me somewhere. I just need to have a person who's not going to be as difficult as all of this stuff is. So that's what I have for you.
That's beautiful. And I love you that you got that Ace of Pentacles, because it's like a gift from the divine, isn't it?
And I like how in this card it is someone who is presenting the pentacle to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, here you go. I like that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got similar cards. The first card I got is, again, information to explain. So this is the coffee card, bringing, some just kind of light-hearted advice, just because Geminis, they're all about looking at their options without really committing to something right away, really doing their research. And then I got the opposites. Gemini naturally rules the third house, but then I got the ninth house. That'll help you zero in on your goals. Now, ninth house is also foreign assets and things like that. So there might be a portfolio that you could look into where your assets are a little more, how do I say this? They're not just all based in, one area, for example. I've been researching portfolios at banks here and international banks as well. And there's lots of different options. So, meeting with that person that really knows their stuff and discussing ideas, that's really supported right now. And diversifying your assets is always a good thing, because nothing is really, especially in the world of AI, nothing is guaranteed. And there's a lot of medium to low risk assets and portfolios out there from companies that are across, the North America, internationally, things like that. There's lots of options. But when I get this ninth house, this points to maybe some foreign diversification, other, oh gosh, what do they call it? Give me a second. It's not the dollar, but other currencies, things like that, because the world is changing as far as that goes. But that person that you meet could probably reveal some of those things to you. And I've worked it with AI for days and have amazing structure, but I have to choose this one big thing before moving on. Okay, well, I got that right now is not a bad time, because I got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune, what goes up must come down. But for right now, the Wheel of Fortune is up. Okay, so I think if you do your research, if you look into the elements of this trust, I would not do anything during eclipse season. We end on March 3rd. We also have Mercury retrograde starting on February 26th. So that's not a good day to really start a lot of, things like that. But outside of those dates, we've got some good things moving forward. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune is all about cycles and divine timing. So this tells me the timing is right now, which is good. But no, it is impermanent. So it's important to kind of keep your options open as things change. Okay, but that's a great card to get for you. Okay, Susan. And then I got the universe from the Mahabharata Oracle. So this is all about flow replacing force, and that way inspired ideas can emerge effortlessly. So that's why I love this Gemini card, really getting your ideas on paper, maybe talking to AI, because Gemini is an AI resource. So I'm like, oh yeah, Gemini, AI. Just you're exactly where you want to be. The universe is supporting you. The divine timing is good, but just allow this to evolve naturally. And right now, the timing is okay based on my cards. But know that things will change when you get the Wheel of Fortune. So it's important to just kind of stay knowledgeable of the markets and pay attention as things shift. So I hope that was helpful, dear. Thank you for letting us tap into your situation. And lots of love to you as you honor the memory of your father and handle his estate. He's an incredible man. I mean, just the biographies that you've been writing about him are they're so beautifully done. So thank you for sharing his life with us.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Gemini did a bunch and Claude took over. Well, that's probably why I got Gemini. It's hilarious. I love it. And he was a force. He was. Yeah, what a cool guy. Oh my gosh. And then Yeah, don't sign contracts or do anything big during a, like, not the worst days are when Mercury is getting ready to go retrograde and when he's getting ready to go direct. It's okay to do things during the retrograde as long as it's not on the days that he's actually taking action and turning around. Okay. But you just have to be extra careful with dotting those I's and crossing those T's. You know, what I do is I usually make mistakes with my email lists and stuff like that around Mercury retrograde. So I always double check, you know, things like that. So, and Beth is here. It's lovely to see you, Beth. And oh, you asked for foreign stocks in one sector. That's probably why I got the ninth house. Okay, excellent. That's great. Wow. I love that you're doing all of that research. That's fantastic. And the lovely Hershey's here. It's so good to see you, Hershey. Welcome. Mosaic Insight is here. Good to see you. Oh, we appreciate you guys for popping in. It's just, and then I was squealing. Okay. Oh, you got me into it. Yeah, it's addictive, isn't it? Oh my goodness.
Lots of fun.
I've been looking at all of our visa options, and I also look at high yield savings accounts and portfolio, everything that we're trying to do to try to be as independent as possible, despite the craziness going on. I just go to AI and they do all the research for me. It's fantastic. You have to double check though, because sometimes some of the data can be a little outdated or something like that. But for the most part, it's pretty good. Yeah. So the lovely Shem is here. It's lovely to see you. And I'll go ahead and get your question is. Okay. So, Miss Rachel, you are next. Question, rough start to this tour. I honestly don't know if I can do another 3 years of touring, and I'm still thinking about an opportunity in Boston, just not aligning here at all. Okay, dear. We'll go ahead and look into that for you. Okay. All right. I know it's been rough without your sweetie to come to think about, but okay. And every now and then one of your music videos comes up on our YouTube feed and we'll play it, and it's just you have the coolest voice. Your voice is so gorgeous, Rachel.
I'm not sure about Boston, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Because Boston may be I got the Four of Cups. It may be it may be a distraction from what the core thing you are needing to do. You may be missing an opportunity with where you are. I have the Temperance card, Rachel, which is talking about how can you adjust things to make the energetic balance happen, with whether it be with the tour or with something else. Because this Temperance card is supported by the Six of Swords, which is transition and movement. It's going through and making the decisions, the everyday life decisions, and working on those and making those decisions very quickly and easily because you're getting somewhere. I then have the Ten of Swords. So this is, the worst of things may be over, and now you are going, all right, here's what I've learned from that. So think about what's your takeaway from what you've learned. But then there's this need, yes, but it goes much deeper. Being Passover last year just cut me to the core. I have the Four of Swords. So I have 2 fours. I would be paying attention to that. The Four of Swords is the need to stop thinking about the thing that you're thinking about and give your brain something else to work on. You're sort of caught up in you need to give your brain a break. Put your brain in the corner with a math book so that it can do something else for a while. Maybe you can do some Sudoku or some word games or something to take you away from the closeness of everything. I hope that gives some insight, Rachel. I know this has been tough, but if it, cutting it to the core, where are you going from there? Because when wounds heal, they can be much stronger. So I hope that helps.
Okay, well, I got similar cards. I got the Wheel of Fortune, but it came up reversed for you, sweetie. So this tells me that, you haven't really felt that luck has been on your side. And whenever I get this, it's showing me that there might be some resistance to change coming your way, some karmic loops going on. Stress, things are really stressful when they're resisted. So it's important to trying to stop events from happening, and they happen anyway. So it's just important to just go with the flow, do your breathing. The Four of Swords is about rest too. So taking those breaks, those much needed respites when you're feeling overworked, okay? Because that's kind of the energy I'm getting in and around Boston. It's a lot of energy, okay? And then I got that your heart might not be into it. I got the Ace of Cups, but it came up reversed. So there's an emotional blockage still, and I know why it's there. You're grieving. That past trauma is blocking your present and your ability to really step forward with joy. Okay, so you're feeling kind of rejected and unhappy, and you want to get this heart space back for emotional renewal, to kind of feel like you're not in this like stuck way of being and operating. So I asked what you could do to do that. I went to my Ganesha Oracle, and I got the Delight card. Okay, so he's laughing in this card, and laughter can be a natural diversion to help you break up that stagnant energy. Gerald also recommends like Sudoku and kind of getting your mind off of the things that are really, really upsetting you. I know that you paint. That could be something that you could do as well. Just get your paints out and just let that beautiful creativity flow through you, and focus on something other than kind of a broken heart right now, because that's what they're showing me. But, laughter tells me that what I like to do, especially when I'm like sick or I'm in like I have a fever or something, is I'll like find my favorite comedian and I'll just drink some hot tea, and it gets all the phlegm out because I'm laughing so hard. It literally is like medicine for me. So, finding something that brings you joy and laughter, I think, is really going to kind of help you break up some of that stagnant energy and enable you to see life from a higher perspective rather than this kind of low state of being that you're in right now. And just know that when you take a more lighthearted approach to things, that you might feel a little healthier. It's kind of my way of getting over sickness is I laugh. I know it's kind of weird, but it really is the best medicine. So then I got a second card for you, and I love it when Ganesh shows up in twos, because he really has something to say. I got that you have divine support coming your way. Now you can see around him is Om, and Om looks like Ganesh's head, its trunk, his ear. Okay, but what that means is that this is a very universal symbol. It's an important universal symbol that represents the cosmic sound. And like the other day, you popped up on my YouTube feed and you were singing, and it was like, oh my gosh, she has such a divine, beautiful voice. So singing could be something that you could do, mantra chanting, anything that makes you feel connected to your higher self, your spirituality, something like that. Okay, just simply saying Om can help you connect to the divine support, or Ishtadevata, whatever your preference of worship. And their guides, they're saying that they're ready to share wisdom with you, knowledge, guidance. They're coming in many different forms to help you, and they want to cultivate a closer relationship with you, especially as you go through this major transition. So if there's any ascended master or divine being that resonates with you, just chanting Om, looking at their photo, trying to really connect with them through meditation. You can light a candle, something like that to connect is really important, because drawing on divine support in addition to laughter can put you in a greater connection with your own divine voice and joy. So that can be a kind of a source of inspiration and help you kind of get out of this little bit of a rut that I'm feeling. Okay, so just consider chanting this tone, maybe setting up something on your altar that makes you feel connected, and that'll bring out a really great energetic shift that's needed at this time. Okay.
I love that.
Oh, good. So, and she goes, I'm just concerned I'd be passing Massachusetts and I feel motivated. But okay. I think a lot of this is just about trying to remain in a state of how do I say this? More joy and connection, because when we're going through grief, we feel cut off, and it's important you don't isolate yourself too much. And even if you're alone and in your apartment, if there's a divine source that you can tap into, or something that you love doing that can bring out that joy again, then I highly recommend it. Okay, sweetie? Yeah, Shem, it's the eclipse season too. So if you guys are feeling a little blah right now, you're not alone. There's definitely an energy out here in Mexico. So yeah, and you're also grieving the loss of friends here. I know. I'm so sorry, sweetie. Yeah, that can happen with eclipses as well. A lot of clearing out. So, all right, Moonfox Night, welcome. It's lovely to see you. All right, so let me go check over here. So our next question is, let's see, Salama, are you here? Please check in. Salama, are you here? And you're welcome, Rachel. Thank you for coming in and allowing us to share energy with you, sweetie.
Rachel, I think it's a good idea to sing. That singing is going to adjust the vibration in you, but also the environment around you. I would encourage you to do that.
Oh, and Gerald, she's a beautiful voice too. I mean, it's just, so good. And Salama is here. May I have a reading on the upcoming month of March with respect to job opportunities and relationship? Okay. Do you want to do job opportunities or relationship, Gerald?
I can do job opportunities.
And I will do relationship. Okay. I got your message, Shem. You are in the queue. Have a great night, Moonfox Night. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Ooh, that's a fun card.
Well, I'm thinking it's a decent thing for job opportunities, because the three cards are all pentacles, which relate to money, job, and resources. Three of Pentacles. Are you currently employed, or are you looking for work? This is the card of making sure that you are paying attention to the bigger plan, making sure you are noticing the blueprint of the things that need to be followed. And it is about collaboration and working with other people. It's being a team member. I'm also being reminded, I have the Knight of Pentacles, which is, you've been unemployed since October. Okay. This is the Knight of Pentacles is a slow and steady is going to win the race. You have to keep your eyes on what you want and keep working at it. Even when you don't feel like it, keep showing up. If you're working on your resume, your CV, have different versions of it so that you can send the right version to the right organization. I'm wondering if there is someone who is around who can help you. This is the Two of Pentacles. This is you, of course, balancing all of the resources. I'm curious if you are applying to different positions. Good. I'm also wondering if there is any organizations, job coaching, employment services that you can work with, because doing this all on your own can be a challenge. This suggests to me the need for checking in and maybe asking around to see if people know what might be coming, and and ask, and again, keep applying. And I know it can, depending upon the type of business you're in, it can be very, very stressful, and challenging to get in. So.
Okay. Thank you, Gerald. So I looked into relationships for you and I got good news. I pulled the relationship card, seventh house, from my karma cards. So a
Wow.
relationship, yeah, a relationship is possible for you. I love pulling that. So I asked, where is she going to get it from? Went to the karma cards, sixth house. This is the house of service. This is how I met Jonathan. Okay. We were involved in all of the same base service, like volunteer based positions all over our town. He was in Rotary 8 and the Broadway Center and of the Arts, and he was part of the National Historic Preservation Committee. He was on county council. He was in all of these various like neighborhood councils, things like that. So he was really helping out with a lot of the, city, county, a lot of the Arts Foundation is how we connected. We actually were on the same floor before we even met each other. It's kind of like that invisible line thing. We've been in the same organizations without ever meeting for like over a decade. Actually, no, 2 decades before we even met. It was crazy. And so I went to college, which was right next door to his house. It's just like we were in like Nassau, Bahamas on the yoga retreat. Like we never met, stuff like that. So what this tells me is if you go into some kind of service or volunteer-based activity, you might find love there. Okay. So that's a good thing, because if you have that already in common, you could build a friendship and a foundation that could lead to something more and something better. It really, we were friends for years and years and years before we even thought of each other that way. So it really built a solid foundation for us. And I think they're looking at the same thing for you, and then sharing about your status. Okay. So then I got, what kind of relationship, would be, good for you to just kind of step into. I got the beautiful Page of Wands. This is all about learning, curiosity, just kind of keeping your options open. This is about having some youthful enthusiasm when it comes to a new relationship coming your way. It's about youthfulness, a little bit of innocence, new ideas. You're both kind of motivated to rise against, certain, challenges or things that might be coming your way. This is also a very sexual lover. That's what the staff is for. But there's a lot of limitless possibilities that could come out of this. But I like the youthful enthusiasm around it, because it might be a little inexperienced and new, but it's open, it's curious, and it's fun. So she's having fun in this card. So, you might meet someone, like I said, in some kind of like service-based position. It could bring you love, and just don't take it too seriously. Have fun with it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So our next question is Sybil. Are you here, Sybil? And then Shem is after Sybil. Sybil, are you here? I'm going to look and see if I missed any questions along the way too, just in case. Oh, okay, Abrami, I just saw yours. Okay, new subscriber, got it. I got yours in. If I missed anybody, let me know. I am going through all of the questions. And thank you all for being here and being patient. Sybil is here. Yay. Hi, Michelle and Gerald. My question is love in 2026. Will I meet anybody serious? Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Yes, but toward the end of the year.
Mm.
Because part of what I have is the first card that I have is the Hanged One. Mm-hmm. This is going to take you a little bit longer than what you want it to. It is going to require that you look at things differently, perhaps even looking at yourself and your situation differently. So this is a key thing. This is about looking at what a relationship could be, and instead of what it has been, but what it could be. You are having to. You're going to. This is a repeat card. This is the Eight of Cups. It's time for you to leave all of that emotional crap behind, which is really, really challenging, because what's going on here is they're cleaning up after the party and they're leaving the environment better than they found it. So you can't have a good time in all sorts of mess. Lovely little Two of Pentacles, always about partnership. It is about managing your resources. And so this is something that it does suggest partnership, but it is going to suggest to you the need to don't focus just on finding the relationship. Focus on living your life and making it good. Now, I do not know the kind of relationship that you were looking for, but the last two cards that I have the King of Cups, someone, a masculine person who understands their emotion, is willing to express them, is understanding and supportive. And then I have the Page of Swords, someone who's trying to figure out how they're going to speak in the world. And so this could be an interesting mix. Someone who is emotionally understands but has a difficult time expressing those emotions in a way others can do it. But that's a nice little mix there. So
love that for you, Sybil.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I got long-term as well, because the Queen of Pentacles is very patient, and Pentacles always indicate something longer term. So there's going to be some patience needed on your part. So I picked up on that as well. You also got that Two of Pentacles, Gerald. So there needs to be an understanding regarding resources, a shared understanding whenever I get this card. But she's very interested in this Pentacle, so that's good, but it's just going to be a little bit longer term. Then the main energy that I got, this, despite, that beautiful kind of level-headed, controlled, and patient approach you should take with the Queen of Pentacles, is I got death, but it came up reversed. Okay, so this tells me don't fear change. There might be a little bit fear of the unknown as you first kind of get yourself out there. But this also tells me that you might be gripping onto an outdated situation that's kind of causing a little bit of fear when you're getting into those relationships again. So it's important that and I got the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, excuse me, that you do some inner work. And Gerald suggested that as well. Okay, so this indicates that there might be some type of an emotional blockage from a breakup or getting hurt in the past. And that trauma could be blocking you from finding that beautiful present, the King of Cups or the Page of Swords. Exactly, that energy. Those are fun energies to bring into your life. So don't fear the changes that that personality brings in, and know that the relationships that you had in the past, if they lacked commitment, they were only supposed to teach you things. Okay, don't allow yourself to feel rejected or manipulated because of those past things that you were carrying around. And once you are able to do some of that inner work, you will be able to attract that person. But again, toward the end of the year, because you have a little bit of work to do from past relationships. Okay, sweetie. All right. Thank you for letting us know we were on it.
Yeah.
Okay. The lovely Shem is next. Are you in the audience, Miss Shem? And then we have Abarami. Are you here, Shem? Okay. You're so welcome, Sybil. Thank you for letting us tap in. Best of luck. King of Cups is what I get for Jonathan. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Shem, are you still here, sweetie? Go ahead and check in.
Shem. Shem.
You're making thumbnails for me, Gerald. Oh my goodness. I'm not seeing you, Shem, so we're going to go on to Abarami, but check in if you're still here, okay, sweetie? Abarami, new subscriber, how will be my future husband? Okay, so you're just kind of wondering about the overall energy about, someone that you would like to come into your life. Okay. when people ask me about, especially something as serious as a future husband, wife, partner, it's important that you are the kind of husband, wife, or partner that that other person is looking for. You're doing that inner work. Am I fun to be around? Am I joyful? What do I have to bring to a relationship? And really putting that into effect, because that's going to really help you attract the right person for you, rather than just trying to find somebody out of loneliness or other things that we shouldn't be attracting partners for. Okay. So we pull a few cards in and around this. Lovely to see you, Nicole. Welcome. I wasn't
The
even looking when I
cowbell got me. The cowbell
Oh.
got Nicole to come out.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've been battling a cold for the last 2 weeks, and I'm telling you guys, I put Gerald's show on and it'll clear it right up. So.
And Jim, I see you. I see you.
Okay.
We'll get to you.
Okay.
All right. What I have for you is I have, the energy around your future husband is going to be a bit youthful and clumsy. I got the Page of Swords. And and you got a page as well?
I got a Page of Wands, so it's going to be young. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be young, going to be not really sure how things actually operate. However, I have the Nine of Pentacles for you, which is talking about stay focused on the long term, and the hard work that you're doing is going to be rewarding. What's going to happen is there's going to be some opportunities to make decisions for the long-term benefit rather than the short term. So think, which is different than a page. A page is just thinking about here and now and needs a bit of time to process stuff. The Nine is suggesting, okay, we're making those decisions and we're reaping those benefits. Here's what's going to be very special. The two of you definitely need to be the Three of Pentacles. You need to figure out what the blueprint of the relationship looks like, and you both need to work on it together, because that's an important thing. This isn't you, this isn't them, it's the together. So pay very close attention to that. Instead of there's definitely a need for you to keep in mind, and I got another a Three of Cups. So there's some opportunity there of having some foundations and enjoying the growing and the learning together. I'm curious what you got, Michelle Marie.
Well, I love that you got that it was going to be a youthful kind of energy, because I did get that Page of Wands. But the first card I got was Aquarius. So this could be an air sign, because you did get the Page of Swords, which is, it's air. Mm-hmm. As Gerald calls it, wind magic. So if you look at Aquarians they're very open-minded. They're very innovative. They like to think outside the box. They're not afraid to try new things, because they're the people that, like, I have an Aquarian moon in my 10th house. I was teaching my friends how to use AIM, remember AOL chat? When I was in 6th grade, I taught them how to open up a Hotmail account, things like that. If it was new and tech driven, I was doing it. So that's the kind of fun air-like energy that I think that you might be attracted to. Someone who really understands AI, tech, isn't afraid to really think outside the box, okay? Because this is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is a really innovative planet, okay? My husband has Uranus on his ascendant. He's brilliant when it comes to tech, okay? So the second card I got was the Page of Wands. This is a really youthful, fun, spontaneous energy. And I think it really goes well with Gerald's Page of Swords, because it's all about that youthful enthusiasm. There's a little bit of innocence around this. New ideas or plans can come out of this. Not being afraid to look at the world through limitless possibilities and just have fun with things. So don't take it too seriously, kind of step into it. Now, I love, Gerald, that you got the Three of Pentacles, because I was looking at that, and I mean, I always see pentacles as a very spiritual symbol, especially like the devil card, it's reversed. He has the reversed star on his head, and that represents matter over spirit. It's when we forget to do our spiritual practices and things like that. But when the star is upright, it indicates that there is a level of spirituality to whatever we are asking about. And I think that's really important for you, because I got spiritual practice from the Whispers of Ganesh. So this could be you working together on some type of spiritual practice. This will bring you really close together. It's basically the foundation of the relationship that I have with my husband. And so you might consider talking about spirituality. At first, be lighthearted about it, have a little fun, but really seeing how you can meld your own spiritual practices, ideas, together. I mean, it could be as simple as when you get together and you chat, you burn some incense, and you, when you go out for a meal or something, you maybe say a prayer over the meal, depending on, what particular background that you have. There are many tools and techniques that you guys can combine and work with together throughout your day to preserve tranquility, and use your like a joined spiritual practice to help calm the mind, the spirit, especially as we kind of go through these world changes that we're going through. So find what works for both of you and dedicate some spiritual practice into part of your day. And I think that'll really solidify your relationship, regardless of, and you're into a spiritual journey. So that's important for you. If you guys feel connected spiritually, I mean, that's a big deal. So, all right. So, Miss Shem, you are next. All right. So, the past few months were really rough. I'm sorry, sweetie. My car accident settlement was supposed to be done last September, but it hasn't. Okay, lots of blocks there. Some guidance on that. Message for a few coming months. Okay, so we'll look into the car accident settlement and see what's going on there. There might be a couple of things that Spirit is, other than patience, that Spirit is wanting you to look into, because I see all of these things as kind of lessons and what they want us to focus on. Okay. And then Abrahami says, I strongly claim this positive energy. Thank you, universe. Thank you all. You're so welcome.
I like that approach.
Yeah, it's a positive approach to take.
Well, listen to me. Well, all of the things you don't want to hear a tarot card reader do, or it's kind of annoying. I actually have the first card that I have for you, as I was thinking about the car accident settlement. I have the King of Pentacles. That is a definite thumbs up. It can, entertainment purposes only. This is going to be, perhaps the wait is going to be beneficial for you. It's going to be a rewarding opportunity. There is some guidance that it could be helpful. Is I have the Three of Cups. Shem, do you have your friends around you? Are your friends reminding you to slow down, have a sip? This is the celebration and the participation of people who are of like mind and shared ideas. These are people who get what you're going through. They're going to celebrate you, and they are going to support you. They will also knock you off your pedestal if that's what you need. And these are the friends who, if you trip, they'll help you up as soon as they stop laughing and they stop, recording the video. I mean, but these are people who get you. It feels like you might need a little bit of a lift and a little bit of a celebration. I have the Six of Cups. This is this nostalgia. Remember the good times and have some fun thinking about, do you remember when that happened? And do you remember that happened? Would love that kind of friend. And then maybe you need to be doing some of this on your own. Look up at those movies or the music that takes you back, and so that it gets you feeling and gets you lifting, because you're being you're being hard on yourself. So it does go to trial. Does it go to trial? Probably, with the Judgment card. What do you have, Michelle Marie?
Well, what's interesting is I got some opposing cards, but then I asked them, is this about something else? Because I didn't get really bad energy in around the car accident. So, okay, I'll just tell you what I got. I got Justice reverse. Okay, so I said, and then I got Wheel of Fortune reverse, and I got that you're really upset about stuff, but it doesn't really jive with Gerald's cards. And so then I went, what's this about, guys? And I went to my karma cards. Are you having like a lot of issues in your marriage? They're bringing this up. It wasn't your question, but this is like, when I get this, it's like your guide's literally punching through and say, pay attention to this. Okay. And you're being too hard on yourself. Oh, sweetie, I'm so hard. And yes. Okay. Thank you for confirming. So this is what they want you to pay attention to, because that's probably why they're delaying these other things. How do I say this? I didn't get my settlement until after my divorce. I'm not saying that that's what you're going through, but it helped me pay for my divorce because he would have just taken it. Okay. So if you're dealing with a lot of injustice or unfairness in and around your marriage, especially when it comes to money and power and things like that, that's kind of what I'm getting. And I got Justice reversed. So this was some dishonesty, some avoidance, unaccountability, unfairness, not taking responsibility for their actions, things like that. So it's important that that you pay attention to these things. Okay. Additionally, I got the Wheel of Fortune, but it came up reversed. Okay. So this is resistance to change, stressful change that's resisted, things like that, trying to stop events from happening or forcing events to happen. So when it comes to your relationship, that's what they're bringing up. Okay. That's the main energy. So I went, okay. Now I got the 5 of Cups. Okay, but it did come up upside down, so that's good, because this way it's disappointment, rejection, insecurity, depression. If it's this way, that means that a lot of the emotional pain will be ending in this area once you kind of work through and see things for how they are. Okay, this is a road to recovery card. No regrets, not coming back. You're emotionally letting go. Yes, you've been hurt, but it's important that you set those appropriate boundaries and especially legally protect yourself. And they could be, how do I say this? They could be keeping you from collecting and that kind of stuff until you take care of this. This is the block. Okay. So, and you don't want a trial. I understand. No one wants to go to trial. But yeah, and then you're setting boundaries. Good, because that seems to be what's blocking this from moving forward. They want you to address that first. And I love that Gerald got the 3 of Cups for you, because it is important for you to get in and around people that support you and lift you up, especially when you're being mistreated in a relationship and your boundaries are being disrespected. Okay, honey. Okay. And welcome, Latasha. All right. So let's see here. I think that's the end of our questions, Gerald. We went through all of them.
Wow. There we go.
Yeah. So do you have anything other than your fabulous show with Jamie tomorrow? Anything you'd like to share?
I have a rock, paper, scissors with Allie and Richie on Friday, which is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a caffeinated and unfiltered version.
Ooh,
so
spicy.
I am also on with Linda de Gonzalez on the 26th, which is Thursday, where we're doing Akashic record readings or readings. We're doing readings. And what's great is we're sort of waiting to see what type of readings we will do.
Nice.
So I like that. We're going, let's see what we got. Okay. So.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, you guys aren't going to regret any of his shows. He puts a lot of work into them, and they're very entertaining, and they can be very educational as well. So definitely check those out. Let's see. I've got a class. It's in the description. You guys are welcome to check it out. It's really great. I look into your karmic report card. I look into what your spiritual gifts are. We identify blocks, and I can give you some remedial measures for that. It's 10 classes, and it's $15 a class right now. So it's really It's a really good deal. So you want to look into that.
That's a really good deal. Yeah.
Thanks. I try to make it affordable because of, the world's crazy. And then I also have, I'm going to be here next week with the lovely Jane, the Secret Tarot. So we're going to have a lot of fun reading and doing that. She's been having some really great spiritual moments lately.
Oh,
yeah. So she's
her
tapping into
her videos have been really thought-provoking and very powerful.
They have. She's tapping into some really powerful stuff, guys. And
yeah,
she's connecting with some great things. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then I'm going to be reading with Irish Granny again because we had such a hoot last time. Oh my God. She's a joy. She has all the nice things to say about Gerald too. So it's just like attracts like. So
we have
fun. As we're both available for readings, our links are in the description. We don't go into as much detail here on the show because we respect your privacy and we only have a few minutes per question, but definitely look into getting some readings for us and supporting our channel and our work. And then I'll also be releasing March's astrology as well and preparing for the next eclipse. So that's there. And so definitely check that out. And that's pretty much it. So I just want to
thank you. Everybody. It's a lot. So, and here's the thing. Everybody has a lot of different things that they can watch on YouTube. I certainly appreciate everybody joining us and watching on the playback. Leave us a comment to let us know that you were here and that you watched. That's nice feedback for us.
It is. And there's a new thing you guys can do called hype. And it's like a little thing you can do at the bottom, and it really helps with the algorithm because YouTube just put it out. And it's HYPE, and it's like, would you like to hype this show? And that really helps us. And so do the comments, positive comments. So
yes.
Yeah. So if you liked your reading today, just let us know. That would be really helpful. So
absolutely.
All right. Well, we're sending you guys all love, and I'll see you next week and catch Gerald tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
My handlebar mustache tells fortunes in the cards. The major arcana shows my facial hair's in charge. Read your future in my perfectly waxed ends. The fool and magician say we're more than just friends. Twist and turn, twist and turn, twist and turn. Watch it turn around.